Hello, this is Kevin Schuker, and I'm coming to you from Ground Space, deep here in the heart of Brooklyn. And tonight we've been attending a lecture by Dan Macdonald on the alchemy of raw cacao beans. That was quite an amazing lecture you gave this evening, Dan, and I know you came here from Seattle. So what prompted this move to come all this way across to the East Coast?
Well, I met a nice lady, and somehow a business named True Radiant Health became established, and we thought we would plant some seeds here in Brooklyn before we took off out to the country, and built a cabin and started a fruit orchard.
Yeah, sounds great. And your lecture tonight was about raw cacao, and you gave was it 7 different recipes that we did?
We made about 6 tonight.
No, before you came to Seattle, you were telling us you spent some time living in the forest, living off wild foods. For our audience, what would you say? What is a wild food, and what is the difference between consuming a wild food and a food I can buy in the store?
Well, the energetics of the wild food, they're much hardier plants, and their information and energy has not been so hybridized and cultivated. So they're much stronger, hardier plants, and they pass that energy on to you in the human organism.
Would you say you could just live on that? You could just live off things? I know it sounds strange to us people who live in the city, but you could go into the forest and just pick food and eat that, I guess. How did you come to that?
Very recent in history, has it been such a situation where you go to the grocery store and buy all your food? Even as 50 years ago, there were much more farming and harvesting of wild foods and orchard-grown fruits and vegetables. And, I think that nature is the answer to a lot of our issues. We've separated ourselves.
Right.
And for me personally, I like to go back. And I find that when I'm barefoot and naked on the earth, certain things happen in my consciousness, and they're pleasant. They're very attractive to my particular view of life. Right. But I find that a diet of fruits and vegetables suits me and my desire to become a proficient meditator. And I like the sattvic, peaceful coherence of a strong nervous system. And my desire is to become as healthy as possible, to radiate that to everyone in the society and around the world, and to help anyone who's struggling with health issues to a higher level of health.
Right, that's great, and it certainly begins with food. That's where it all starts. How could people contact you if they wanted to find out more information? Do you have a website or schedule?
I love it when people get a hold of me at dan@trueradianthealth.com. I answer all kinds of questions.
No, we all live here in the city, but I know you come from a much more rural background. What part do you think plays our need to go back into nature? How important do you see that?
Well, the city we're going to adapt. Honestly, since I've been in New York, I don't think I've really had one breath of truly fresh air.
Right.
And where I come from, the air is very fresh. Right. I believe that fresh air has a profound impact on the blood, and the thicker the oxygen and the higher and the cleaner the oxygen, potentially the cleaner the bloodstream can be. So that would the cleaner the blood, the clearer the mind, potentially.
You live in Brooklyn now, so it's going to be a little bit different to walk around naked in the sun here in the heart of Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, Washington is where I come from. Look it up on the map. I moved to Brooklyn, New York. I love them both. I'm in love with life. And life is here in New York. Life is everywhere. I'll allow it.
And it's great to have a new face here in the raw food scene here in New York City. So we want to wish you all the best, Dan.
Thank you, Kevin.
Good luck to you. And we really enjoyed your show, your talk tonight. It's really fantastic. Good luck.
Look forward to keeping in touch with you guys. Hey, this is Dan Macdonald with QUEST.TV. We are spreading the good news about raw foods and living the best life that you can. We're talking about health. We're talking about love. We're talking about life. We're talking about becoming our best selves and the joy that I believe is our birthright.